Peace, family. What's going on? We back at it with another one. Controversial topic, reaction review. I'm your host. Let's talk about M. Lynch. Let's get to it. This video, we're going to talk a bit about Kevin Samuels and the Manosphere. Uh, breaking the I guess you would call it the mainstream barrier. Um, I predicted it months ago. I called it. Y'all can go back and even check my videos. I said sooner or later. Uh, and be honest with you, it's kind of happened sooner than I thought. But I said sooner or later, the mainstream media, the mainstream people are going to be talking about the talking about the uh the red pill community and the manosphere and Kevin Samuels and this patriarchy of this relationship stuff and the conversation that started, and I believe it's a good thing. The sad part about it is so many people are trying to dismiss the conversation, trying to look at it as woman bashing, but when you think about it, it's really needed, especially here in the black community. Now, when I say the manosphere is going mainstream, what I mean is just think about it. Same thing last year when I predicted about the NFAC and Grandmaster Jay. Here on YouTube, all of us, we were talking about the NFAC, we were talking about Grandmaster Jay, and I said sooner or later, the mainstream media are going to get a wind of this, and they're going to start talking about it and talking about Grandmaster Jay, and lo and behold, it happened. Same thing about the whole QAnon thing. I said sooner or later, mainstream media gonna be talking about it. Happened with that too. Same thing happening now with Kevin Samuels and the Manosphere. I said sooner or later, mainstream is gonna be talking about it, and now here we are. Um, Kevin Samuels, he's been on the Joe Button podcast show. He's now doing Vlad TV. Um, which is kind of funny because Kwame Brown he kind of stepped into the equation incidentally because one might not call him red pill or the manosphere, but a lot of things that he talks about is kind of on the same type of frequency, the same type of belief system, if you will. Just like I was saying earlier on a video I made yesterday, I was saying that a lot of people are red pill and don't even know it. Just on they just don't know the name for it. But as far as their belief system, just like a lot of people, I say a lot of people are conservatives, don't even know it. Just as far as their belief system. Certain belief systems, you have a liberal or a conservative belief, and a lot of black people that I know, ironically, they grew up liberals and Democrats, but their belief systems are conservative. But that's a whole different topic. But the whole point of this is the manosphere is now spreading. I think Shah Rizzo Ali, I think she'll be real proud of this. I would actually like to sit down with her and actually talk to her because I view her as the mother of the red pill community. Like she been spreading this stuff since the late '80s, early '90s, and it's only up until recently now she been like really getting her just due, and that's only because people like Kevin Samuels and Alpha Male Strategies, Mediocre Tutor Reviews, PMP Podcast, Stuff is Cool, myself, just a few others, Fresh and Fit, Alban Preach, just this a lot of people who's making this stuff aware and come to light. And then you have people like Dr. Umar Johnson and just a few other people just want to hate and say that just a bunch of people on the internet just bashing women. When I hear that, it's so funny because then now you even have females, more and more females coming out. I.e., the Queen of Comedy, Monique. She just recently came out, did a video. I even did videos on that, talking about trying to hold young sisters accountable and tell them to dress up and be more presentable when they come out the house. It's the same thing like how basically the people in the red pill, the people in the manosphere talk about all the time. Same argument, and now you got people trying to drag her and say mind your business. Uh, we gonna cancel you. They like she ain't just try like they didn't try to cancel her and damn near did for real for real. I mean, she's not really making movies. She's only doing like comedy shows and stuff now. But that's a whole nother topic in itself too. But the whole gist of it is this conversation is now being heard through people who can actually um influence others. That's basically what I'm trying to get out. Now, whether it turned for the good, for the bad, I don't know. Is yet to be seen. But I'm actually glad that the conversation is being heard now from everywhere because peep peep game though. If you notice it or not, but let's say you didn't notice it. Now that I'm talking about it, haven't you noticed that more and more people are starting to talk about these type of situations as far as like the double standards of men and women, and if you're black, listening to this, more so with black men and women, and how women want certain men of stature and certain men of value, but yet they don't fit that criteria in return. Like these topics and stuff is becoming more. It's becoming more about holding more women accountable. Topics are becoming more discussions about it's not always the man's fault. Women do some fucked up shit too. So I believe personally myself that if we have these discussions and kind of get like to the nitty gritty of it and try to get like find some type of resolution and we can actually move forward and go back to that nuclear family unit that I grew up seeing um as a kid. And it's ironic because I feel like I always say that I feel like I'm like the last of the Mohicans. When I say that, I mean like my generation. I was born in '84, and it's not everybody in my generation too, because there's a lot of people in my generation that I know personally, um, that try to keep up with these young kids and fucking shit up. But for the most part, a lot of people in my generation, they were like the last who grew up with that family unit, seeing moms and dads in the households and stuff. Now, granted, my mom and dad wasn't together, but my grandparents raised me. Um, it was more so like they were like my parents. It was to the point where I called my grandma and my pop mom and dad. Like I only moved my mom when my grandmom died, which was at 11 and a half years old. So my first 11 and a half years on earth, I was with my grandparents. So, and they was together for over 40 years. So I had that, I seen that balance of man and woman in the house and raising a family. They had like 8 children. all my aunts and uncles. They're like my brothers and sisters. So it was it was a good thing growing up seeing, and I think that more and more conversations like these we can get back to that because we so caught up in the trend. We so caught up in social media with entertainment, with gossip, all this stuff with these celebrities and love and hip hop and housewives and stuff like that, stuff that really don't mean nothing at the end of the day, that really don't bring no type of substance to a family unit. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about family. It's about legacy. It's about just loving one another. Because if our family come together, then we come together as a people and we can grow. And then we always say that us as black people, we living in poverty or we fucked up or it's the system and everything like that. Well, uh, we need to start holding ourselves accountable. Start you know coming together and really trying to work together. And the only way we can do that is start one at a time. Start by ourselves, by making ourselves better. When we start making ourselves better, then we can start helping each other. And we make ourselves better by bringing the family unit back together. And however way we do that, we do it either way, whether it be therapy, um, religion, meditation, yoga, whatever. You know, like don't get me trying to think of everything. Is just we just need to find some type of resolution and come together because I know it seems like there's a lot of woman bashing, and I know that the manosphere and the red pill community can be misconstrued with MGTOW and incel. And to be honest with you, I was kind of finding myself leaning towards more so MGTOW and just like going my way on my own way, which sometimes I still do. Like I can't even sit here and talk like I don't, because I still do, and I probably will again, which I'm probably sure I am. But you know, the nitty gritty of it is like going our own way sounds good and all that shit, but they ain't gonna solve nothing. like we need each other. Men and women need each other. That's why God created us. He created man and he created woman. So we own this motherfucker till the wheels fall off, whether we like each other or not. So why not try to fix the problem and just come together and work with each other and just say, all right, well, it's us against the world or whatever. That's just what I say. But what y'all think? Let me know. Drop your comments and let me know because I feel like it's important. I don't know about y'all, but this is important to me. And correct me if I'm wrong, but have y'all noticed this? Like, haven't y'all noticed that more and more people are starting to talk more and more about this stuff? And then, like, once they get out of their feelings and like take the jokes away and stop, like you know, not talking about Kevin Samuels is gay and all that stuff, but actually, like, really talking about the talking points instead of taking like little sound bites of him dissing women, then you actually see that more and more people is like agreeing like, damn, well, oh, they might say, well, damn, it's fucked up what he said. I can't, I hate the way he said it, but what he's saying is right. And that's kind of like what it kind of be. Like most people don't like his delivery, which is alright, which is cool, whatever. You ain't gotta like it, but you ever peep though that a lot of times when you're more aggressive, the results come. It seemed that it seemed like and it's messed up too. It really is. It's a messed up situation, but it seems like when you try to be sincere and good and come from a place of genuine kindness and nice, then people look at you for a sucker. You know, they look at you as weak and they don't take you seriously. But unless you start cursing them off out, then everything else change. But you know, that's just that's life. That's just the way thing is. So I don't know. What I know, right? All right. Well, that's just my little rant for this video. I just want to say that. Make sure y'all hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all. Peace.